All he did was he was in it for money gang, dude. You know what I'm saying? But nobody supposed to ever find out that.
Diddy made a lot of people mad and upset.
Shockwaves keep rocking the hip-hop industry, and it's not because Keefy D's been arrested for Tupac's shooting. Now, if you haven't heard, there's talk of some bad boy musicians ready to spill the beans on Diddy's alleged involvement in this headline, grabbing saga that dates back to 1996. It seems like the music mogul is currently under fire, and it's said that he's freaking out after the rumors of new witnesses coming to court to speak against him surfaced.
And he may be losing some of his power. He definitely lost it.
Now, it's been no secret that Diddy didn't build his work relationship based on trust and friendliness, and there are a lot of people he had hurt throughout the decades as a bad boy owner. No wonder there's a whole crowd eager to testify against him. The music producer's been practicing some kind of dark art of turning his once devoted artists into his worst enemies ever since he kicked off Bad Boy Records. Some insiders are connecting the dots and saying the sudden and the fact that Suge Knight doesn't plan to testify against Keefy D.
Listen, I wouldn't go, I wouldn't testify, none of that. At the end of the day, free Keefy D.
According to reports, Knight's not exactly satisfied with the current arrest. In fact, he has confirmed that the police are fooling itself with its games, and they are looking in the wrong place. He mentioned that there was only 2 people in the car and Pac's not gonna be able to tell the story. I ain't gonna tell the story. But since Suge is playing the hush-hush game, there are many others who are ready to sing. And first of all, it's Tupac's brother, Shakur, who decided to drop some bombshells, and he points directly at Diddy.
Puffy called me back in the day. He called me, he was like, I just want you to know I ain't have nothing to do with your brother's,
So, Mopreme didn't buy all that lies that Diddy was feeding him with? You see, guys, as Pac's brother stated, Keefy D had mentioned Diddy's name in interviews quite a bit in the past few years, claiming he had orchestrated the entire thing, and it looks like the music mogul needs to be investigated. And now, this call when Puffy is basically begging Mopreme not to rat him out? Mopreme admits finding answers behind his brother's demise has been a chore, and he doesn't know what to make of Diddy's phone call to him. Especially considering the fact that they don't personally know each other, and in fact, it was the first conversation between them.
You know, I know who you are, but we never met, and I just want to call you man to man. Now, why was he calling me, reaching out to me?
Mopreme didn't just take that call lying down. He thanked Diddy for the chat, but added that the truth was out there. And it's like he was hinting to the music mogul that no matter what he's trying to say, everyone knows the truth. As Mopreme suggested, Diddy might have been scared for his life and freedom, and that's why he's playing it safe. Well, considering there's a growing tension in the hip-hop community with many bad boy musicians are willing to pay Diddy back for all his dirty activities against them, like stealing, the music mogul is now not in the position of power as he has always been imagining himself. While he believed that the truth is deeply buried and all that nonsense that Keefy D was spreading about him during his YouTube interviews was harmless. Apparently, there's a new twist in this saga, and it's going to be dangerous for Diddy.
He did what he had to do to walk home. He said what he had to say to be a free man.
But this roller coaster of revelations is just getting started, and when it goes with the full speed in court, we may witness some surprise appearances of bad boy musicians who want to take Diddy down for this crime. Since Suge Knight refused to testify against anyone, the justice is now in the hands of people who has knowledge of Puffy's secrets and hold some grudges against him. As one fan on social media commented, Suge doesn't want to be labeled as a rat. That doesn't look good on his resume as a prison inmate. And another user added that Diddy is rightfully getting everything that's coming for him. He backdoored everybody that worked for him, and he took out a lot of people that knew his secrets. Whatever happened to Jamie Foxx? It just looks like Knight's refusal to testify has got people's tongues wagging, and they're pointing fingers. And guess who's now in the spotlight? None other than Diddy, the bad boy mogul himself, who is now freaking out and saying that this is just a false narrative and a cobweb of lies against him.
There has been negative propaganda put out about me that's not true.
It's not like anyone believes him because facts are stating quite the opposite. And Diddy actually had something to do with Pac. Even before that tragic shooting in 1996, the late rape legend got into another sinister and dangerous episode in New York studios and had earlier hinted that Diddy knew about that incident. Plus, there was Tupac's track Hit Them Up, which, according to many people, got Puff really angry. Even Snoop Dogg then said about the potential consequences of releasing the track. It wasn't bad to me. Like, you buying more problems, bro. You buying problems. And now, it seems like all dots are perfectly connected, and Diddy's got a laundry list of opponents who are ready to sing like canaries in a hip-hop opera and say everything about his connection to this case and the secrets he's been hiding.
So I'm like, it's a funny game y'all playing behind the scenes.
It just looks like the recent incarceration of Keefy D gave the people the long-awaited glimmer of hope, and there's whispers in the hip-hop community that Diddy's artists are plotting against him. I mean, you know, Puffy has never been the kindest boss, and he frequently had feuds and tensions with his rappers. Let's remember the recent episode with the publishing rights, which the music mogul kept for years, and suddenly, as Tupac's investigation got a new turn, decided to give everything back. However, as it was reported, the publishing rights came with fat ANDA contracts that prohibit them to ever speak against Puffy. No one seems to have taken the bait, and there's a belief that his motives are not so pure, especially considering the NDA agreements that goes along with the publishing right.
This is just some measly streaming money in order to stay hushed on Puff.
You see, guys, there's actually a small army of those offended by Diddy, and those who have power to speak against him will definitely use this opportunity. Seeing the music mogul in a state of total terror, many artists are now thinking about the final step of their revenge to expose his dirty involvement in the rap legend's shooting. One after another, they refuse to accept the offer, especially since the music mogul already squeezed all coins from these publishing rights.
They're publishing and used it, you know, however he got it, he used it and made millions off of it.
Didn't you find it suspicious that some of the long-forgotten artists who were working with Puff suddenly hit the headlines in the recent days, and they all are talking about their former boss? Let's talk about Mase, for example. Mase and Diddy's beef goes back nearly 2 decades, when the 19-year-old artist suddenly abandoned his career in hip-hop and a famous label. For many people, it was a shocking decision to make when the whole world was basically at his feet. But as Mase is now saying, he was running away not only from Diddy's greed, but his cruelty as well, because he didn't want to end up 6 feet under like other artists that worked with the infamous producer.
Everything is in your mother name. That's the one who got the receipts. You need more proof? Biggie ain't here, so Big can't give you no receipts. He dead.
Well, it looks like Diddy is under huge fire again with these revelations, and he has to answer in court way before he would answer to God for all his ugly deeds. You see, guys, Mase feels like the bravest of all, and while there was a belief that his beef with the music mogul was purely over finances, it looks like there's more to this story. Mase even boldly accused Diddy of being responsible for mysterious and untimely demises of his artists like legendary Biggie Smalls and other people. So he may know a thing or two about Diddy's involvement in Tupac's shooting as well, because even he himself felt what it feels like to go against the music mogul and how dangerous it can be.
There's people that try to do bodily harm with me. They will be in the house with Puff.
Now it's only a matter of time before we see Puff cuffed and transported to a penitentiary facility. And judging by the buzz on social media, many people can't want to see it happen. As one person commented, "I never liked it, Puff Daddy. He was so selfish with the people that was coming up with him. The people that made him millions the way he treated them and everything." And another user added, "People are going to ride for Tupac because he was just like us. He related to the people who feel there's no hope, just always getting knocked down all the time. Tupac forever." Well, it seems like tensions are running high and we are anticipating the brightest spectacle of justice. And now, I have $1 million question for you guys. Will many bad boy artists speak against Diddy when it comes to Tupac's trial? And will their testimony be enough to lock the notorious music mogul for life? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to check my other videos